Bro, are you tired of struggling to remember what you learn? Well, in today's video, I'm giving you 5 game-changing tips to boost your learning and memory retention. So if you're ready to level up your skills and retain knowledge like a boss, keep watching. What's up, warrior? I'm Zook, and I help Christian men smash their goals by crafting killer morning and evening routines for them. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into these 5 tips. So number 1 is you want to shift from reward-driven to purpose-driven learning. Man, this is powerful, but I'm sure that you're going to struggle with staying motivated while you learn, because let's be honest, not everything is fun to learn. But here's the thing, man. You need to reflect and think on why it is you're learning what you want to learn. What's the reason behind it? I'm going to give you 3 ideas, something to think about. For one, you need to think about your why. You need to ask yourself, why do I want to learn this? And then you need to figure out how to connect it to your purpose to make it stick. Number 2 is you need to make it personal. So for example, in college, instead of just passing a test, you need to think about how this knowledge will help impact your future. And number 3 is you want to create excitement. Because, bro, let's be honest, when you're excited about something, you're naturally going to want to learn to remember it. Oh, sorry. Because let's be honest, whenever you're excited about something, you're naturally going to want to make it easier to remember and retain. Because we all remember like those butt and fart jokes like from elementary school. Even if you don't, just reflect for a minute. Or one of our strongest senses, which is kind of pun intended, but is smell. And I smelled something just the other day. It wasn't like a fart or anything, but I smelled something outside, and it literally reminded me of a memory from when I was like 4 or 5. And dude, I didn't even think my memory would go that far. But the mind is a fascinating thing. We're still learning more about it all the time. So it's just fascinating how God designed it. So whenever you reprogram it, just imagine what you can do. Shoot, man, you might be able to be like Superman and fly around. Maybe bend steel. I mean, if it's like maybe like that small. I could bend steel like that all day, baby. Feel so strong and tough. But I'm not built for tough. I know. There's probably some of you out there like, oh yeah, he's for GMC or Chevy or Fruit of Loom. Man, I don't even know. I know Fruit of Loom is underwear and shirts and stuff, but I'm not a car guy, really. My wife thought that was a win when we got married, so it's not another distraction or something I obsessed over. But what I am is an active guy. And I love helping other men smash their goals. So if that's you, reach out to me, brother, because I want to help. I promise you, I did not plan for that self-plug by any means. It just seemed like it would be funny. All right. Now the mind shift. Ooh, almost said a baddie word. Now the mind shift mindset is crucial. But then, bro, you might feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information that you need to learn. Number 2 is you want to break it down into small wins. This is key. Why, you ask? Why? Well, you're about to find out. Because let's be honest, man, learning in big chunks is mother-freaking overwhelming. And it might even make your brain rot and you'll be like a zombie. Sorry, trying to line that up. Oh, look at that. I just now saw that. My wife's been working forever on this little Lego creation of a house. It's not our dream house because I'd rather live in something that's not a triangle. But back on topic. So remember, dude, when you feel overwhelmed, what's probably one thing you're going to do? You're going to want to flee and you're going to quit. And remember the old saying, quitters never win. So here is what to do instead. Number 1 is micro-learning. Break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces, one step at a time. And number 2, stack small wins. Because each small win builds confidence and momentum, bro. Confidence is so freaking powerful. But it's not a tool utilized by, I guess, like a lot of people. And 3, celebrate your progress. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. I mean, dude, it wasn't that long ago when I was in school. Well, I mean, to some of you, you're like, oh man, this guy's a caveman. They didn't even have wheels whenever he was born. Bro, I invented the wheel, so take that. Yeah. Well, I guess that still shows my age. But it's weird now. Like, whenever I tend to listen to my music, they're like, oh, that's oldies. And I'm like, dude, no, this is modern to me. It's much better than the music nowadays. Yeah, it was so crazy. Like, whenever I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was like 3. Like, I mean, it was so crazy. But because, we're so used to instant, we expect things to happen instantly and don't realize there's so much work behind the scenes. And when we see these influencers, which my personal opinion is that they don't really influence a lot of people because a lot of them are selfish and there's now not all, remember, but a lot of them, they're horrible influences, and especially athletes, man. A majority of these athletes, dude, they're poor influences for children out there. And then all these influencers and things like that, too, on top of that. But outside of that, like, I would see these big celebrities that are these musicians or influencers, and I'm like, dude, they have everything. But then when you actually look at their personal life, you're like, wow, their life really sucks outside of work. They need all these affirmations from people. And, you know, the way they're blowing their money, you know, it's crazy. You know, because that's what I want to do. When I do make a lot of money, I don't want to just blow it, but I want to actually help my community. I want to help my brothers. I want to help you. Like, I want to do some amazing things. And I'm excited to see where it's going to go. It all starts down. You know, you need your big goal, your overarching goal, your purpose, what you want to do, and taking the steps to get there. This number 2 is so freaking important whenever you break things down. It helps you put things in perspective. And you need to stop the amount of interactions and attention that you are giving your phone a lot, because a lot of us, you know, it can be one of our biggest weaknesses. It was for mine for the longest time. But now, dude, like whenever I zone out, like I have coworkers messaging me and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't answer. It's not that I don't care to. I silence my phone, and I want to have those precious memories of my family. And it's amazing how that can actually motivate me and make me feel like I accomplish more just by doing that. So also being present is a big one. All right, now, before we move on, I want you to comment below. What is one skill you are currently working on? Because, brother, I would love to hear about it. And now, bro, this approach will help you build momentum. And to make it even more effective, you need to lock in a dedicated learning schedule. And I'm just gonna, like dedicated isn't really a big word anymore. You know, there's not a lot of commitment out there. So you need to dedicate certain times. So that's why this next point, 3, is so important. You want to schedule dedicated learning time and review time. So picture this. You're making progress, and now it's time to make it stick. To retain information long-term, you've got to lock in a system. So number 1, you need to block off learning time. Set a specific time each day for study or learning so that it eventually becomes a habit. And number 2, used space repetition. Review what you learn at regular intervals instead of just cramming it all in your sausage head. Yeah, that's my terminology. I feel like this is like I don't know, a dinosaur or an ant hand. And then number 3, you need to separate study from rest, because a clear line between work and rest reduces stress and improves focus. And as a side note, I don't know if you're a tea drinker, but you should get into teas. I'm not talking about the crap you buy at Walmart, but go to like an actual holistic place that actually sells legit tea without the crap in it. Like, well, it's all the way over there in the kitchen. I don't want to get it, well, which isn't very far. It's like 5 feet away. But what I have is, it's one of those little steel tea, I don't know what it's called, like a little teacup thing, and you put your tea in it, then you screw the lid on and you dip it in the water. That's better than the actual like tea bags that they have, because those have chemicals on them. But you know, sometimes you gotta, once again, work what you have, and if that's all you have to do, then, or if that's all you have to use, then just use that. But man, I would highly recommend tea, because they have teas that can help you focus, teas that can help you sleep, teas that can help you reduce stress. I mean, it's amazing the type of teas out there. And bro, if you want me to make a video on that, let me know down below, because dude, I would love to start making, well, not just start, but that would be one of the videos I would love to help. Because anything that will help you reach your purpose, whether it's giving you a relaxed mindset or learning how to journal, learning how to have a great day every freaking day, dude, let me know. And the last point about rest, man, that is something that you should never underestimate. Because yeah, I forgot what it was, but I know we sleep most of our lives. But rest is so important. And even in other countries, I was talking to a guy from, I think he was from Spain or Sweden, the other day. And it's not just that country, but it's many other areas around the world. I mean, they actually schedule rest and naps throughout the day. It's literally part of their routines. But here in America, the hustle and bustle, you know, we're so used to, once again, instant, that we think we're going to miss out on the biggest thing. We have a lot of FOMO. So we don't let our minds rest. And also with our phones, you know, we're addicted to it. Even when we're not thinking about them, we're still, I know that there'll be something that happens in our surrounding, and we'll think that it's a phone notification or something like that. Especially, man, when you go out in public and you hear like a ding, like the iPhone sound, and then everybody like picks up their phone. I mean, because, I mean, it's a stupid percentage. It's like 70-80% of people actually have iPhones. So it's a pretty big deal. I mean, that could be a funny little idea. You just go around and just like hit like a little audio of that sound and just see who has iPhones around the store. Okay, I wouldn't recommend that, because that would kind of be rude, but yeah. So remember, consistency is key. But most people forget information simply because it's too dry and hard to remember. And get ready for this one, it's powerful. That's why storytelling is so incredible. So, number 4, use storytelling to improve your memory. And man, this works well. But remember, most information we have out there is just too dry. It's too lame-o. And it makes you kind of want to like eat a bag of fingernails. Like you just don't that sounds more pleasing and fun to you than actually going through a lot of this information. So here's the secret. You need to make it into a story. Number 1, attach emotions. Because bro, you're going to remember what moves you. So tie your emotions to your story. And bro, if you say, oh man, I don't have emotions, then you're an alien, because everybody has emotions. And number 2, you want to visualize it. Turn facts into fun mental images. It's literally like giving your brain a cheat code. I mean, you can think of something funny like, let's say the periodic table. I mean, I haven't really ever met anybody who likes that, but I mean, I know that there are people out there who enjoy it. And you can literally turn all those elements into stories to connect them. I think Jim Quick, who I referenced before, he did, I think, a whole podcast on that, I think. But yeah, you can find stuff probably on Pinterest and especially on YouTube, dude. But let's just say names, for example. Some people have such a difficult time remembering names, and that was me for a long, long time. And whenever you visualize somebody's name, let's just say Mark. That's a really good example. Just think of a check mark on their forehead. You want to visualize something like on their forehead or maybe on top of their head that can help you break down their name a lot easier. But if it's like a long name, like, I don't know, Claudia, I guess that's not a long name, but to me it is. Just think of, I think of like Jean-Claude Van Damme. He'll be on the head, and that's not a bad word, that's his name. So just think of Jean-Claude Van Damme on the head, and then he is singing a musical called Iya, 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 and he's kicking around or something like that. Like, that can be a way to remember somebody's name, and you can also laugh, so that also ties emotion to it. But yeah, just be creative with people's names. All right, and lastly, number 3 is make connections. You can totally link new info to things you already know. I think that's kind of like the Bruce Wayne method. You know, the world's smartest detective in the DC universe. Love Batman. Really cool. And what he does, I mean, he did his own education. He created like his own education system or something like that. So he didn't learn what the schools taught him. He learned on things that make sense. And eventually, whenever you do need to learn something new that you didn't need before, you see how it actually adds to what you need to learn now. And it would make you want to actually learn it then, if that makes sense. I know that was pretty deep. But that's Batman level knowledge. All right, gonna put these weapons down. There we go. All right, bro, and remember, those 3 techniques will skyrocket your retention, and therefore the best way to lock it in for good is to literally teach it to somebody else. So, step 5, teach it to somebody else. What a great segue right there. Because, bro, let's be honest, you have learned a lot, and therefore it's time to lock it in. The best way to literally learn something is to teach it. So 1, explain it simply. You want to explain it so easy, a 5th grader can understand it. Or if you want to go deeper, a 5-year-old will understand it. Number 2, find a study buddy. I'm not talking about like one of those freaking buddies that just distracts you all the time while you're actually trying to study and they'll throw jokes and stuff out there. That was me in college. Science, I love science, but I had to make it fun. But other people didn't find my sense of enjoyment and tie the connections I associated with learning to make it fun. So yeah, I ended up being a lone ranger there. But it's okay. I still learned. I pulled off A's and B's in my science classes, so I guess I won. But remember, man, whenever you are in study groups, you get to teach and you get to learn other methods that other people use to study as well. And 2, you regurgitate the information that you're taking in. So that's why, you know, being in a group setting is really, really good. But keep it small. Don't go into a freaking large one. Maybe 3, maybe 5 people. And I still think 5 people is a lot, but you want to keep it short and sweet because, you know, the more people that are in a group, the more time it can probably take. And then, you know, that can lead to stress and then burnout and then overwhelm. So yeah, the shorter the better. All right, and now the 3rd one. Identify weak spots because teaching exposes what you actually need to review. All right, bro. I don't really have a lot to say for number 5, except that little example I gave you. But I'm going to go on and end this short and sweet. And remember, learning is a journey. It is not a sprint. Be patient and keep pushing forward. And remember, small daily wins lead to big success. All right, bro. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the amazing episodes. And send this to a buddy who might need it. All right, bro. Till next time, I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.